We told you we'd be back.
We want to hear you enjoying yourself.
You're in big trouble, mister.
W3L. W3L.
We are minutes away from our latest box office event, Trouble on the Tyne, being made available on Hooked on Wrestling TV. We will give you a full preview of that event, as well as an exclusive match pitting the Commune's Tormentor against Full Tilt Wrestling's Riley Wallis.
I've been down this road before. I'll give my all and settle the score. I know the battle's mine. I'll stand alone. I'm never gonna change my way. Whoa, we're never tired of running. Whoa, we're never tired of hiding. We like to lead on the fear in your eyes. Hey, another round, now's the time we were born for this. Whoa, we're never tired of kidding. Whoa, we're never tired of lying. We're like a demon coming back to life. Hey, not a trace, we're living in the shadows.
The longest running weekly wrestling show on YouTube, W3L Wrestling Showdown, is on the air. Trouble on the Tyne is being queued up on Hooked on Wrestling TV. You've got a packed episode of Wrestling Showdown. With the big news that Looking Sharp will face Father Luke Aldridge for the World Championship at Resolution 19, both men have been given the task of choosing each other's opponents at Trouble on the Tyne. Looking Sharp has picked the UEWA European Heavyweight Champion BT Gunn to return to W3L to face Father Luke Aldridge, while the leader of the Commune has hired Hugo Harris to battle the Blood Tourist. Just last week on Wrestling Showdown, Harris became the new Wrestling Showdown champion with assistance from both Rory Shaw and Hera. However, neither of them are in Gateshead, so for one night only, Hugo Harris will become a member of the Commune.
You put that on the line tonight, right now, and I'll make this match a no DQ.
Oh, and there's absolutely no need for that. Renfrew's a horrible person at the best of times. And that is exactly what I did at Old Year's fight, and there's surely no way Sammy Sparks, there's no way he was kicking out of that.
Virus ejected. Hey now.
I'm gonna keep coming for you, no matter what it costs, and no matter what it takes. Here's the stipulation. You in? Tell off your champ. If I own you. What that means is you're gonna carry my bags, you're gonna deal with cleaning my boots, you're basically gonna be Commissioner Renfrew's bench.
At Remedy, the Miss and Moxie Malone challenged Ruby Roberts for the W3L Women's Championship. It would take her using a chain to knock the defending champion unconscious and score the pin to become a two-time Women's Champion. Malone has since declared herself the toughest Women's Champion of all time and intends to prove it by issuing an open challenge at Trouble on the Tyne. And the only way to see Trouble on the Tyne is on Hooked on Wrestling TV. It's time for our Trouble in the Tyne pre-show match. And heading to the ring is a member of the Commune. It's the Tormentor. Hello everyone, I'm Stevie Wizard. And joining me is a man who owns a lot of property. And what a successful game of Monopoly that was. Simon G. Money.
Lots of stops at free parking there, Stevie. Always gets the money for the property. But what we've got right in front of us is somebody who comes from a very special property indeed. Castle Commune. The Tormentor's with us, and I can't wait to see him rip somebody from shreds to shreds.
Well, interestingly, Simon, you will notice the Tormentor is all on his own. There's no members of the Commune with him. Of course, we know that Father Luke Aldous is a big match coming up at Trouble in the Tyne. It's him versus BT Gunn, the hand-picked opponent by Looking Sharp. So the Tormentor's been left all on his lonesome. There's no sign of Tate, there's no sign of the Jackal. Do you know anything about this?
Well, of course I don't. They don't tell me all of their secrets. That would be silly. But can I just point out here, the Tormentor just got cheered, so I am very much on board with this audience right now.
Let's put that down to a lack of familiarity. But they definitely know this man. It's the underrated underdog, Riley Wallis. Something of a hometown hero in Gateshead. Of course, he comes from Newcastle upon Tyne, which is, close enough to be classed a hometown hero in this situation. Member of the Full Tilt Wrestling roster. They've been running in the North East Finger for a good number of years, and he is one of their most dynamic stars, a proper blue chipper star of the future. But his career, Simon, I'm sure you may agree, maybe ended up cut short because he's got to tackle the nefarious Tormentor.
That's absolutely right, and obviously I've now turned on this audience because they gave him a louder cheer than the Tormentor. They have no idea what they're talking about.
Before this match gets underway, let me thank you for watching this episode of Wrestling Showdown. Please make sure you hit like, hit subscribe as well to never miss a week of Wrestling Showdown. We've got so much happening. Of course, let me remind you that Trouble in the Tyne is coming up on Hooked on Wrestling TV at the conclusion of this show. We'll tell you more about that a little later on, but the Tormentor, he is all over Riley Wallis in the opening moments of this match, Simon.
That's right, a swift knee to the gut stopped him in his tracks, and now hard into that buckle. This is where the Tormentor shines, when he's causing pain.
Indeed, the first disciple of the Commune. Oh, hold on. We know what he's going for, it's the elbow. He's got that sharpened bone spur, that calcified bone spur, covers 1, 2. But Wallace still got plenty of fight left in him.
Well, maybe not much more. That elbow is... Oh, hang on. Hey, stop hitting him in his weakened skull.
Drop kick there. The more agile of the two is Riley Wallis. He debuted back in August of 2023 and is mainly active in FTW and around the northeast of England. Former FTW junior heavyweight champion, and gets ahead of speed and throws himself onto the Tormentor. And you see no mats at ringside, Simons. That's a solid landing for both men.
That's a solid landing for both men, especially on the knees of Riley Wallis there. He might actually come to regret that decision.
Tormentor missing the elbow. Riley Wallis, he's faced Tim Strange, who'll be seeing at Trouble in the Tyne, as well as many of the top stars in the FTW, as he splats the Tormentor. That only nets him a 2. Now here's something interesting, Simon, you may not know this. Back in January, he met WWE superstar Bayley before a live event, and I'm guessing he picked her brains for some advice. Maybe not on how to beat the Tormentor, but just in general. And whatever advice she's giving him, he's weathered the storm and he's been fighting back. But the Tormentor got in the eyes.
Well, if he's going to a WWE superstar for advice, of course they're going to know who the Tormentor is. They would have been doing scouting work on everybody. Wow, powered him down there, almost right through the centre of the mat.
Yeah, Wallace gets that shoulder up. And the Tormentor just going for a blatant choke. And I do wonder where the Tormentor's head's at. All the stuff that's happened with the Commune, of course, Looking Sharp leaving. What's Tate's status, the problems with the Jackal. Is this Tormentor fully focused, do you think? A couple of arm drags. And what about young Riley Wallis? The pressure he must be feeling as he launches himself with the crossbody to represent Full Tilt Wrestling. You know, he's in a different company in W3L. He doesn't want to let his side down.
Of course not. Nobody ever wants to let their side down, especially when they get the chance to represent each other on a stage where two opposite promotions get to face off. And right now, it looks like Riley Wallis wants to kick the face off the Tormentor.
Well, he catches him right in the skull. 1, 2, 3. And Riley Wallis wraps this up. Chalk one up for FTW and for Riley Wallis.
I can't believe it. Castle Commune has just been robbed once again.
Perhaps his Tormentor's mind was elsewhere. Perhaps he wasn't 100% focused. Maybe he just underestimated the underrated underdog. Who can say? But Wallace got the victory with that super kick in the Tormentor. This isn't exactly setting things off well for the Commune, is it? I mean, we're on the Trouble in the Time pre-show. Hope this isn't a sign of things to come for Luke Aldridge and his match with BT Gunn at Trouble in the Time.
I sincerely hope not, but of course we have time to rectify this because Luke King Sharp is going to be facing off with Hugo Harris with the Commune at ringside as well. So let's see if that changes their fortune.
If you head to Hooked on Wrestling TV, the conclusion of the show, you can see Trouble on the Time, where we know that Father Luke Aldridge will face off against BT Gunn.
And of course, Luke King Sharp will be taking on Hugo Harris with the Commune at ringside.
It's the Breakout Championship versus Contract in a chairs match, Renfrew versus Sparks.
Full Tilt Wrestling Championship is on the line. Thomas Blood defends against Big Chris.
The Women's Champion Moxie Malone issues an open challenge for anyone to face her.
And tag team action as the Bulgarian Baker and Saqib Ali take on Paul Hubris and Tim Strange.
You can see the whole event by going to Hooked on Wrestling TV. You do not want to miss this one. It's Trouble on the Time.
Hey, didn't miss a boot, man. Tune side only, you know what I mean? We bring trouble from the two side. Walk wrong street, that's a doom ride. TBT, then a bar fight. Up here we graft and we live life. On the two side, with a cold wind cuts with pride. From the schemes to the key side, we stay loud, never hide. Born in the frost where the hard lads roam. Tracksuit clean but the knuckles chrome. Council flats turn a boy too grown. Now I'm king of the northern tone. Lasses and sliders, lads in hoods. Every Friday night pure up to no good. Cancer apart in the club if we could. Even Santa Nuz, we're misunderstood. We bring trouble from the two side. Walk wrong street, that's a doom ride. TBT then a bar fight. Up here we graft and we live life. On the two side, with a cold wind cuts with pride. From the schemes to the key side, we stay loud.
And there's the knee.
Cancel tax late, but the swag on time. Spend benefits, money on a strong cheap wine. They judge our life, they just can't climb. We built this chip shop state of mind. Run from the bill, but never from pain.
Man, oh, body press. And drives him down.
Newcastle steel, heart that's unbreakable. If life gives nout, we make it capable. Toonside trouble, unforgivable.